Well, good evening, everybody. My nephew's been asking me to do this for a while. He wants me to tell the story of a great warrior by the name of Falling Rock. This goes out to Kendall and my great nephew that he wants to hear the story. It's an old native story. Yes, we're native. That's why I can't grow a beard to save my life. I look like a wolf man with a mange. But the name of the story is Falling Rock. Once, many years ago, there was a great warrior by the name of Falling Rock. If you ever knew these hunters that could always just pretty much walk in the field and get whatever they want, that's Falling Rock. He was a great hunter. This went on for years until one day, and this was at a time that hunters would go out in the woods and hunt, and they wouldn't come back home until they had meat to put in a pot because it put a burden on the tribe. And your hunters that were really good always put their extra meat to dry for the village. And Falling Rock was one of these hunters that every day he'd go out and bring back deer and buffalo and elk and fish and rabbits and birds and everything. He was never, ever without food. His wife was happy, content, until one day he went hunting, and usually he'd be back in a couple hours. He was gone a day, and his wife freaked out. She goes to the chief and says, "Chief, Falling Rock hasn't come back home yet. I'm worried about him. He must have got hurt." Chief says, "Well, every hunter has bad days. If he's not back by tomorrow, we'll send somebody out to find him, have him come back home." Okay. Next day, they calmed her down. Next day, no Falling Rock. Late in the afternoon, she goes, finds the chief, and she's really panicky now. Now, I've went hunting and been hunting 4 or 5, 6 months and not seen shit that I could kill. You know, I've been deer hunting, and our deer season's like 2 weeks. You know, sometimes you just don't see nothing, or it's too far away to shoot, so you can't kill it. It's just our luck. But Falling Rock, he couldn't see anything. Couldn't see a rabbit. He couldn't even see a mouse. He couldn't see nothing. So they sent out a warrior. He goes out there, says, "Falling Rock, your wife got worried, told the chief, and now the chief's saying come back to camp." He says, "I'm a hunter. I'm not going to burden the people. I won't come back to the village until I have meat to put in a pot." Warrior says, "Okay, I'll tell the wife and the chief that you're fine." Warrior runs off back to the village and says, "Chief, I found him. He's just not had any luck yet." He said he's not coming back till he has meat to put in a pot. Okay, now the reason why they did this was because the family of the warrior would always have food that was left in the village. And he knew that if he would come home and he had nothing to bring to the pot, he had to take the food from the village, and he wasn't a man to do that. Most men aren't. Understand that. Most men aren't that kind of man. So, 3 days go by. Now his wife is freaking. She goes to the chief, says, "Chief, he's been gone 3 days. I don't care. I want my husband home." We got some wives like that. I had a wife like that. She raised all kinds of stink. So, chief says, "All right." Grabs a warrior, says, "Go find him." Sends him out to the 4 directions. Because he's been gone a while. Trust me, we can get gone when we want to. So, they send him out to four directions. Now, he's been already gone 3 days. It takes 3 more days for the warriors to track him down. So he's been gone 6 days. And he's out there and he's hunting and trying to find anything. And a warrior says, "Hey, man, Chief says, come back to camp. Your wife is freaking out, driving the chief crazy. He says, I've not had meat to put in the pot. I'm not coming home until I do. Warrior runs back, tells Chief he's perfectly fine. Said he has not found anything to bring home. He's not coming back until he has meat to put in the pot. Tells his wife, you know your husband, he's not a burden to the people. He will not come home till he has meat to put in the pot. Okay, this was 6 days now. Takes him 6 days to get, 3 days to get where he was, 3 days to get back. That's 9 days, people. So he still ain't come home. Now a month goes by. His wife and even the chief is now starting to freak out a little bit. So he says, sends all the warriors that he had in the village. He says, I don't care if he's got meat to put in the pot, tell him he's coming back. Sends them all out. They fall out all directions. They're running and they're running and they're running. It takes them a month to get to track them down. And he's sitting by a lake, napping a fishing hook. And he said, man, I've tried to hunt for deer. I tried to hunt for elk. I tried to hunt for buffalo. I tried to hunt for rabbit. I tried to hunt for everything, birds. I'm giving up. I'm going to go fishing, and I'm not coming home until I have meat to put in the pot. So the warrior's like, man, I can't make him do it. He might whoop my ass. So sends him home. And do you know to this day they've still never found Falling Rock? If you go along the roads, you'll see signs that says, look for Falling Rock. That's how important that man is. He's still being hunted hundreds of years later. That was the story of Falling Rock. Much love. It's Uncle Billy, better known as Breakdown. My native name is Black Wolf. Remember me. Much love. See you later.